हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम क्लास 12 केमिस्ट्री एनसीईआरटी की बुक से यूनिट 8 द डी एंड एफ ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स का रीडिंग करेंगे। ये एक ऑडियो बुक है रिवीजन पर्पस के लिए। इसमें किसी भी टाइप का एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है। आयरन, कॉपर, सिल्वर एंड गोल्ड आर among the transition elements that have played important roles in the development of human civilization. The inner transition elements such as thorium, protactinium and uranium are proving excellent sources of nuclear energy in modern times. The D block of the periodic table contains the elements of the groups 3 to 12 in which the d orbitals are progressively filled in each of the 4 long periods. The F block consists of elements in which 4f and 5f orbitals are progressively filled. They are placed in a separate panel at the bottom of the periodic table. The names transition metals and inner transition metals are often used to refer to the elements of D and F blocks respectively. There are mainly 4 series of the transition metals. 3D series in bracket scandium to zinc, 4D series in bracket deuterium to cadmium, 5D series in bracket lanthanum to hafnium to mercury, and 6D series which has actinium and elements from rutherfordium to copernicium. The 2 series of the inner transition metals 4f in bracket cerium to lutetium and 5f in bracket thorium to lawrencium are known as lanthanoids and actinoids respectively. Originally, the name transition metals was derived from the fact that their chemical properties were transitional between those of S and P block elements. Now, according to IUPAC, transition metals are defined as metals which have incomplete d subshell either in neutral atom or in their ions. Zinc, cadmium and mercury of group 12 have full D10 configuration in their ground state as well as in their common oxidation states and hence are not regarded as transition metals. However, being the end members of the 3D, 4D and 5D transition series respectively, their chemistry is studied along with the chemistry of the transition metals. The presence of partly filled d or f orbitals in their atoms make transition elements different from that of the non-transition elements. Hence, transition elements and the compounds are studied separately. However, the usual theory of valence as applicable to the non-transition elements can be applied successfully to the transition elements also. Various precious metals such as silver, gold, and platinum and industrially important metals like iron, copper and titanium belong to the transition metal series. In this unit, we shall first deal with the electronic configuration, occurrence and general characteristics of transition elements with special emphasis on the trends in the properties of the first row in bracket 3D transition metals along with the preparation and properties of some important compounds. This will be followed by consideration of certain general aspects such as electronic configurations, oxidation states and chemical reactivity of the inner transition metals. The transition elements D block. 8.1 Position in the periodic table. The D block occupies the large middle section of the periodic table flanked between S and P blocks in the periodic table. The d orbitals of the penultimate energy level of atoms receive electrons giving rise to 4 rows of the transition metals, that is 3D, 4D, 5D and 6D. All this series of transition elements are shown in table 8.1. 8.2 Electronic configurations of the d-block elements. In general, the electronic configuration of outer orbitals of these elements is n-1, d1 to 10, ns1 to 2. The n-1 stands for the inner d orbitals, which may have 1 to 10 electrons, and the outermost ns orbital may have 1 or 2 electrons. However, this generalization has several exceptions because of very little energy difference between n-1d and ns orbitals. Furthermore, half and completely filled sets of orbitals are relatively more stable. A consequence of this factor is reflected in the electronic configurations of chromium and copper in the 3D series. For example, consider the case of chromium, which has 3d5 4s1 configuration instead of 3d4 4s2. The energy gap between the two sets in bracket 3d and 4s of orbitals is small enough to prevent electron entering the 3d orbitals. Similarly, in case of copper, the configuration is 3d10 4s1 and not 3d9 4s2. The ground state electronic configurations of the outer orbitals of transition elements are given in table 8.1. Table 8.1 Electronic configurations of outer orbitals of the transition elements in bracket ground state. The electronic configuration of outer orbitals of zinc, cadmium, mercury and copernicium are represented by the general formula n-1 d10 ns2. The orbitals in these elements are completely filled in the ground state as well as in the common oxidation states. Therefore, they are not regarded as transition elements. The d orbitals of the transition elements protrude to the periphery of an atom more than the other orbitals, in bracket, that is S and P. Hence, they are more influenced by the surroundings as well as affect the atoms or molecules surrounding them. In some respects, ions of a given Dn configuration in bracket n is equals to 1 to 9 have similar magnetic and electronic properties. With partly filled d orbitals, these elements exhibit certain characteristic properties such as display of a variety of oxidation states, formation of colored ions, and entering into complex formation with variety of ligands. The transition metals and the compounds also exhibit catalytic property and paramagnetic behavior. All these characteristics have been discussed in detail later in this unit. There are greater similarities in the properties of the transition elements of a horizontal row in contrast to the non-transition elements. However, some group similarities also exist. We shall first study the general characteristics and the trends in the horizontal rows, in bracket particularly 3D row, and then consider some group similarities. Example 8.1. On what ground can you say that scandium in bracket Z is equals to 21 is a transition element but zinc in bracket Z is equals to 30 is not? Solution. On the basis of incompletely filled 3D orbitals in case of scandium atom in its ground state in bracket 3d1, it is regarded as a transition element. On the other hand, zinc atom has completely filled d orbitals in bracket 3d10 in its ground state as well as in its oxidized state. Hence, it is not regarded as a transition element. We will discuss the properties of elements of first transition series only in the following sections. 8.3 General properties of the transition elements in bracket D block. 8.3.1 Physical properties. Nearly all the transition elements display typical metallic properties such as high tensile strength, ductility, malleability, high thermal and electrical conductivity, and metallic luster. With the exceptions of zinc, cadmium, mercury, and manganese, they have one or more typical metallic structures at normal temperatures. The transition metals in bracket, with the exception of zinc, cadmium, and mercury, are very hard and have low volatility. Their melting and boiling points are high. Figure 8.1 depicts the melting points of transition metals belonging to 3D, 4D, and 5D series. The high melting points of these metals are attributed to the involvement of greater number of electrons from N-1d in addition to the Ns electrons in the interatomic metallic bonding. In any row, the melting points of these metals rise to a maximum at D5 except for anomalous values of manganese and Tc and fall regularly as the atomic number increases. They have high enthalpies of atomization which are shown in figure 8.2. The maxima at about the middle of each series indicate that one unpaired electron per d orbital is particularly favorable for strong interatomic interactions. In general, greater the number of valence electrons, stronger is the resultant bonding. Since the enthalpy of atomization is an important factor in determining the standard electrode potential of a metal, metals with very high enthalpy of atomization in bracket, that is very high boiling point, tend to be noble in their reactions. In bracket, see later for electrode potential. Another generalization that may be drawn from figure 8.2 is that the metals of the second and third series have greater enthalpies of atomization than the corresponding elements of the first series. This is an important factor in accounting for the occurrence of much more frequent metal-metal bonding in compounds of the heavy transition metals. 8.3.2 Variation in atomic and ionic sizes of transition metals. In general, ions of the same charge in a given series show progressive decrease in radius with increasing atomic number. This is because the new electron enters a d orbital each time the nuclear charge increases by unity. It may be recalled that the shielding effect of a d electron is not that effective. Hence, the net electrostatic attraction between the nuclear charge and the outermost electron increases and the ionic radius decreases. The same trend is observed in the atomic radii of a given series. However, the variation within a series is quite small. An interesting point emerges when atomic sizes of one series are compared with those of the corresponding elements in the other series. The curves in figure 8.3 show an increase from the first in bracket 3D to the second in bracket 4D series of the elements, but the radii of the third in bracket 5D series are virtually the same as those of the corresponding members of the second series. This phenomenon is associated with the intervention of the 4f orbitals, which must be filled before the 5D series of elements begin. The filling of 4f before 5D orbital results in a regular decrease in atomic radii called lanthanoid contraction, which essentially compensates for the expected increase in atomic size with increasing atomic number. The net result of the lanthanoid contraction is that the second and the third D series exhibit similar radii in bracket. For example, zirconium 160 picometer, hafnium 159 picometer, and have very similar physical and chemical properties, much more than that expected on the basis of usual family relationship. The factor responsible for the lanthanoid contraction is somewhat similar to that observed in an ordinary transition series and is attributed to similar cause. That is the imperfect shielding of one electron by another in the same set of orbitals. However, the shielding of one 4f electron by another is less than that of one d electron by another, and as the nuclear charge increases along the series, there is fairly regular decrease in the size of the entire 4f raised to n orbitals. The decrease in metallic radius coupled with increase in atomic mass results in a general increase in the density of these elements. Thus, from titanium in bracket atomic number is equals to 22 to copper in bracket atomic number is equals to 29, the significant increase in the density may be noted in bracket table 8.2. Table 8.2 Electronic configurations and some other properties of the first series of transition elements. Example 8.2 Why do the transition elements exhibit higher enthalpies of atomization? Solution Because of large number of unpaired electrons in their atoms, they have stronger interatomic interaction and hence stronger bonding between atoms, resulting in higher enthalpies of atomization. 8.3.3 Ionization enthalpies. There is an increase in ionization enthalpy along each series of the transition elements from left to right due to an increase in nuclear charge which accompanies the filling of the inner d orbitals. Table 8.2 gives the values of the first three ionization enthalpies of the first series of transition elements. These values show that the successive enthalpies of these elements do not increase as steeply as in the case of non-transition elements. The variation in ionization enthalpy along a series of transition elements is much less in comparison to the variation along a period of non-transition elements. The first ionization enthalpy in general increases, but the magnitude of the increase in the second and third ionization enthalpies for the successive elements is much higher along a series. The irregular trend in the first ionization enthalpy of the metals of 3D series, though of little chemical significance, can be accounted for by considering that the removal of one electron alters the relative energies of 4s and 3d orbitals. You have learned that when d block elements form ions, ns electrons are lost before n-1 d electrons. As we move along the period in 3D series, we see that nuclear charge increases from scandium to zinc, but electrons are added to the orbital of inner subshell, that is 3D orbitals. These 3D electrons shield the 4s electrons from the increasing nuclear charge somewhat more effectively than the outer shell electrons can shield one another. Therefore, the atomic radii decrease less rapidly. Thus, ionization energies increase only slightly along the 3D series. The doubly or more highly charged ions have Dn configurations with no 4s electrons. A general trend of increasing values of second ionization enthalpy is expected as the effective nuclear charge increases because one d electron does not shield another electron from the influence of nuclear charge because d orbitals differ in direction. However, the trend of steady increase in second and third ionization enthalpy breaks for the formation of Mn+2 and Fe+3 respectively. In both the cases, ions have D5 configuration. Similar breaks occur at corresponding elements in the later transition series. The interpretation of variation in ionization enthalpy for an electronic configuration Dn is as follows. The three terms responsible for the value of ionization enthalpy are attraction of each electron towards nucleus, repulsion between the electrons, and the exchange energy. Exchange energy is responsible for the stabilization of energy state. Exchange energy is approximately proportional to the total number of possible pairs of parallel spins in the degenerate orbitals. When several electrons occupy a set of degenerate orbitals, the lowest energy state corresponds to the maximum possible extent of single occupation of orbital and parallel spins. In bracket Hund's rule. The loss of exchange energy increases the stability. As the stability increases, the ionization becomes more difficult. There is no loss of exchange energy at D6 configuration. Mn plus 1 has 3d5,4s1 configuration and configuration of chromium plus 1 is D5. Therefore, ionization enthalpy of Mn plus 1 is lower than Cr plus 1. In the same way, Fe plus 2 has D6 configuration and Mn plus 2 has 3d5 configuration. Hence, ionization enthalpy of Fe plus 2 is lower than the Mn plus 2. In other words, we can say that the third ionization enthalpy of Fe is lower than that of manganese. The lowest common oxidation state of these metals is plus 2. To form the M plus 2 ions from the gaseous atoms, the sum of the first and second ionization enthalpy is required in addition to the enthalpy of atomization. The dominant term is the second ionization enthalpy, which shows unusually high values for chromium and copper, where M plus ions have the D5 and D10 configurations respectively. The value for zinc is correspondingly low as the ionization causes the removal of 1s electron, which results in the formation of stable D10 configuration. The trend in the third ionization enthalpies is not complicated by the 4s orbital factor and shows the greater difficulty of removing an electron from the D5 in bracket Mn plus 2 and D10 in bracket Zn plus 2 ions. In general, the third ionization enthalpies are quite high. Also, the high values for third ionization enthalpies of copper, nickel, and zinc indicate why it is difficult to obtain oxidation state greater than 2 for these elements. Although ionization enthalpies give some guidance concerning the relative stabilities of oxidation states, this problem is very complex and not amenable to ready generalization. 8.3.4 Oxidation states. One of the notable features of a transition elements is the great variety of oxidation states this may show in the compounds. Table 8.3 lists the common oxidation states of the first row transition elements. Table 8.3 Oxidation states of the first row transition metals. In bracket, the most common ones are in bold types. The elements which give the greatest number of oxidation states occur in or near the middle of the series. Manganese, for example, exhibits all the oxidation states from plus 2 to plus 7. The lesser number of oxidation states at the extreme ends stems for either too few electrons to lose or share in bracket scandium, titanium, or too many d electrons in bracket, hence fewer orbitals available in which to share electrons with others for higher valence in bracket copper, zinc. Thus, early in the series, scandium in bracket Roman numerical 2 is virtually unknown and titanium in bracket Roman numerical 4 is more stable than titanium 3 or titanium 2. At the other hand, the only oxidation state of zinc is plus 2. In bracket, no d electrons are involved. The maximum oxidation states of reasonable stability correspond in value to the sum of the s and d electrons up to manganese. In bracket, TiO2, VO2 plus, CrO4 raised to minus 2, MnO4 raised to minus 1, followed by a rather abrupt decrease in stability of higher oxidation states, so that the typical spaces to follow are Fe 2, 3, cobalt 2, 3, nickel 2, copper 1, 2, and zinc 2. The variability of oxidation states, a characteristic of transition elements, arises out of incomplete filling of d orbitals in such a way that their oxidation states differ from each other by unity. For example, vanadium 2, vanadium 3, vanadium 4, vanadium 5. This is in contrast with the variability of oxidation states of non-transition elements, where oxidation states normally differ by a unit of 2. An interesting feature in the variability of oxidation states of the d block elements is noticed among the groups in bracket groups 4 through 10. Although in the p block the lower oxidation states are favored by the heavier members in bracket due to inert pair effect, the opposite is true in the groups of d block. For example, in group 6, molybdenum and tungsten are found to be more stable than chromium. Thus, chromium in the form of dichromate in acidic medium is a strong oxidizing agent, whereas MoO3 and WO3 are not. Low oxidation states are found when a complex compound has ligands capable of pi acceptor character in addition to the pi sigma bonding. For example, in tetracarbonyl nickel and iron pentacarbonyl, the oxidation state of nickel and iron is 0. Example 8.3. Name a transition element which does not exhibit variable oxidation state. Solution: scandium in bracket atomic number 21 does not exhibit variable oxidation states. 8.3.5 Trends in the M+2/M standard electrode potentials. Table 8.4 contains the thermochemical parameters related to the transformation of the solid metal atoms to M+2 ions in solution and the standard electrode potentials. The observed values of standard electrode potential and those calculated using the data of table 8.5 are compared in figure 8.4. The unique behavior of copper having a positive standard electrode potential accounts for its inability to liberate H2 from acids. Only oxidizing acids in bracket nitric and hot concentrated sulfuric react with copper, the acids being reduced. The high energy to transform copper in bracket solid phase to copper plus 2 in bracket aqueous phase is not balanced by its hydration enthalpy. The general trend towards less negative standard electrode potential values across the series is related to the general increase in the sum of the first and second ionization enthalpies. It is interesting to note that the value of standard electrode potential for manganese, nickel and zinc are more negative than expected from the trend. Example 8.4. Why is Cr plus 2 reducing and Mn plus 3 oxidizing when both have D4 configuration? Solution: Cr plus 2 is reducing as its configuration changes from D4 to D3. The latter having a half-filled T2G level in bracket see unit 9. On the other hand, the change from Mn plus 3 to Mn plus 2 results in the half-filled D5 configuration which has extra stability. Table 8.4 Thermochemical data in bracket kilojoule per mole for the first row transition elements and the standard electrode potentials for the reduction of metal plus 2 to metal. The stability of the half field D subshell in Mn plus 2 and the completely field D10 configuration in Zn plus 2 are related to their standard electrode potential values, whereas standard electrode potential for nickel is related to the highest negative difference standard hydration enthalpy. 8.3.6 trends in the M plus 3 by M plus 2 standard electrode potentials. An examination of standard electrode potential in bracket M plus 3 by M plus 2 values in bracket table 8.2 shows the varying trends. The low value for scandium reflects the stability of scandium plus 3, which has a noble gas configuration. The highest value for zinc is due to the removal of an electron from the stable D10 configuration of Zn plus 2. The comparatively high value for manganese shows that Mn plus 2 in bracket D5 is particularly stable, whereas comparatively low value for iron shows the extra stability of Fe plus 3 in bracket D5. The comparatively low value for vanadium is related to the stability of V plus 2 in bracket half field T2G level unit 9. 8.3.7 Trends in stability of higher oxidation states. Table 8.5 shows the stable halides of the 3D series of transition metals. The highest oxidation numbers are achieved in tetrahalides, VF5 and CrF6. The plus 7 state for manganese is not represented in simple halides, but MnO3F is known, and beyond manganese, no metal has a trihalide except FeX3 and COF3. The ability of fluorine to stabilize the highest oxidation state is due to either higher lattice energy, as in the case of COF3, or higher bond enthalpy terms for the higher covalent compounds, for example VF5 and CrF6. Although V plus 5 is represented only by VF5, the other halides, however, undergo hydrolysis to give oxohalides VOX3. Another feature of fluorides is their instability in the low oxidation state, for example VX2, in bracket where X is equals to Cl Br or I. Table 8.5 Formulas of halides of 3D metals. And the same applies to CuX. On the other hand, all Cu2 halides are known except the iodide. In this case, Cu plus 2 oxidizes I minus to I2. 2 Cu plus 2 plus 4 I minus gives Cu2I2 in solid phase plus I2. However, many copper in bracket 1 compounds are unstable in aqueous solution and undergo disproportionation. 2 Cu plus 1 gives Cu plus 2 plus copper. The stability of Cu plus 2 in aqueous phase rather than Cu plus 1 in aqueous phase is due to the much more negative delta hydration standard enthalpy of Cu plus 2 in aqueous phase than Cu plus 1, which more than compensate for the second ionization enthalpy of copper. The ability of oxygen to stabilize the highest oxidation state is demonstrated in the oxides. The highest oxidation number in the oxides in bracket table 8.6 coincides with the group number N is attained in Sc2O3 to Mn2O7. Beyond group 7, no higher oxides of iron above Fe2O3 are known, although ferrites FeO4 raised to minus 2 are formed in alkaline media, but they readily decompose to Fe2O3 and O2. Besides the oxides, oxocations stabilize vanadium as VO2 plus, and titanium as TiO plus 2. The ability of oxygen to stabilize this high oxidation state exceeds that of fluorine. Thus, the highest manganese fluoride is MnF4, whereas the highest oxide is Mn2O7. The ability of oxygen to form multiple bonds to metals explains its superiority. In the covalent oxide Mn2O7, each manganese is tetrahedrally surrounded by oxygens, including a manganese-oxygen-manganese bridge. The tetrahedral MO4 raised to -N ions are known for vanadium, chromium, manganese, manganese, and manganese. And in Roman numerical, valencies are described. Table 8.6 Oxides of 3D metals. Example 8.5 How would you account for the increasing oxidizing power in the series VO2 plus less than Cr2O7 minus 2 less than MnO4 minus? Solution: this is due to the increasing stability of the lower species to which they are reduced. 8.3.8 Chemical reactivity and standard electrode potential values. Transition metals vary widely in their chemical reactivity. Many of them are sufficiently electropositive to dissolve in mineral acids, although a few are noble, that is, they are unaffected by single acids. The metals of the first series, with the exception of copper, are relatively more reactive and are oxidized by 1 molar H+, though the actual rate at which these metals react with oxidizing agents like hydrogen ion in bracket H+ is sometimes slow. For example, titanium and vanadium in practice are passive to dilute non-oxidizing acids at room temperature. The standard electrode potential values for M plus 2 by M in bracket table 8.2 indicate a decreasing tendency to form divalent cation across the series. The general trend towards less negative standard electrode potential values is related to the increase in the sum of the first and second ionization enthalpies. It is interesting to note that the standard electrode potential values for manganese, nickel, and zinc are more negative than expected from the general trend. Whereas the stabilities of half-filled D subshell in bracket D5 in Mn plus 2 and completely filled D subshell in bracket D10 in zinc are related to their E values. For nickel, E value is related to the highest negative enthalpy of hydration. An examination of the standard electrode potential values for the redox couple M plus 3 by M plus 2 in bracket table 8.2 shows that Mn plus 3 and Co plus 3 ions are the strongest oxidizing agents in aqueous solutions. The ions Ti plus 2, V plus 2 and Cr plus 2 are strong reducing agents and will liberate hydrogen from a dilute acid. For example, 2Cr plus 2 in aqueous phase plus 2H plus in aqueous phase gives 2Cr plus 3 in aqueous phase plus H2 in gaseous phase. (8.3.9) Magnetic properties. When a magnetic field is applied to substances, mainly two types of magnetic behavior are observed: diamagnetism and paramagnetism in bracket unit 1. Diamagnetic substances are repelled by the applied field while the paramagnetic substances are attracted. Substances which are attracted very strongly are said to be ferromagnetic. In fact, ferromagnetism is an extreme form of paramagnetism. Many of the transition metal ions are paramagnetic. Paramagnetism arises from the presence of unpaired electrons, each such electron having a magnetic moment associated with its spin angular momentum and orbital angular momentum. For the compounds of the first series of transition metals, the contribution of the orbital angular momentum is effectively quenched and hence is of no significance. For this, the magnetic moment is determined by the number of unpaired electrons and is calculated by using the spin-only formula. That is, mu is equals to in under root n in bracket n plus 2, where n is the number of unpaired electrons and mu is the magnetic moment in units or Bohr magneton in bracket in capital Bn. A single unpaired electron has a magnetic moment of 1.73 Bohr magnetons. The magnetic moment increases with the increasing number of unpaired electrons. Thus, the observed magnetic moment gives a useful indication about the number of unpaired electrons present in the atom, molecule or ion. The magnetic moments calculated from the spin-only formula and those derived experimentally for some ions of the first row transition elements are given in table 8.7. The experimental data are mainly for hydrated ions in solution or in the solid state. Table 8.7 calculated and observed magnetic moments in bracket Bohr magneton. Example 8.8 calculate the magnetic moment of a divalent ion in aqueous solution if its atomic number is 25. With atomic number 25, the divalent ion in aqueous solution will have D5 configuration. In bracket 5 unpaired electrons. The magnetic moment mu is equals to in under root 5 in bracket 5 plus 2 is equals to 5.92 Bohr magnetons. (8.3.10) Formation of colored ions. When an electron from a lower energy d orbital is excited to a higher energy d orbital, the energy of excitation corresponds to the frequency of light absorbed. In bracket unit 9. This frequency generally lies in the visible region. The color observed corresponds to the complementary color of the light absorbed. The frequency of the light absorbed is determined by the nature of the ligand. In aqueous solutions, where water molecules are the ligands, the colors of the ions observed are listed in table 8.8. A few colored solutions of D block elements are illustrated in figure 8.5. Table 8.8 colors of some of the first row in bracket aquated transition metal ions. 8.3.11 Formation of complex compounds. Complex compounds are those in which the metal ions bind a number of anions or neutral molecules giving complex species with characteristic properties. A few examples are FeCN6 raised to -3, FeCN6 raised to -4, CuNH3 4 raised to +2 and PtCl4 raised to -2. In bracket, the chemistry of complex compound is dealt with in detail in Unit 9. The transition metals form a large number of complex compounds. This is due to the comparatively smaller size of the metal ions, their high ionic charges, and the availability of d orbitals for bond formation. 8.3.12 Catalytic properties. The transition metals and the compounds are known for their catalytic activity. This activity is ascribed to their ability to adopt multiple oxidation states and to form complexes. Vanadium oxide in bracket in contact process, finely divided iron in bracket in Haber's process, and nickel in bracket in catalytic hydrogenation are some of the examples. Catalysts at a solid surface involve the formation of bonds between reactant molecules and atoms of the surface of the catalyst. In bracket, first row transition metals utilize 3d and 4s electrons for bonding. This has the effect of increasing the concentration of the reactants at the catalyst surface and also weakening of the bonds in the reacting molecules. In bracket, the activation energy is lowering. Also, because the transition metal ions can change their oxidation state, they become more effective as catalysts. For example, iron 3 catalyzes the reaction between iodide and pure sulfate ions. 2I minus plus S2O8 raised to -2 gives I2 plus 2SO4 minus 2. An explanation of this catalytic action can be given as 2Fe plus 3 plus 2I minus ion gives 2Fe plus 2 plus I2. 2Fe plus 2 plus S2O8 minus 2 gives 2Fe plus 3 plus 2SO4 minus 2. 8.3.13 Formation of interstitial compounds. Interstitial compounds are those which are formed when small atoms like hydrogen, carbon or nitrogen are trapped inside the crystal lattice of metals. They are usually non-stoichiometric and are neither typically ionic nor covalent. For example, TiC, Mn4n, Fe3H, VH0.56 and TiH1.7 etc. The formulas quoted do not, of course, corresponds to any normal oxidation state of the metal. Because of the nature of their composition, these compounds are referred to as interstitial compounds. The principal physical and chemical characteristics of these compounds are as follows. First, they have high melting points, higher than those of pure metals. Second, they are very hard. Some borides approach diamond in hardness. Third, they retain metallic conductivity. Fourth, they are chemically inert. 8.3.14 Alloy formation. An alloy is a blend of metals prepared by mixing the components. Alloys may be homogeneous solid solutions in which the atoms of one metal are distributed randomly among the atoms of the other. Such alloys are formed by atoms with metallic radii that are within about 15% of each other. Because of similar radii and other characteristic of transition metals, alloy are readily formed by these metals. The alloys so formed are hard and have often high melting points. The best known are ferrous alloys. Chromium, vanadium, tungsten, molybdenum and manganese are used for the production of a variety of steels and stainless steel. Alloys of transition metals with non-transition metals such as brass in bracket copper zinc and bronze in bracket copper tin are also of considerable industrial importance. 8.4 Some important compounds of transition elements. 8.4.1 Oxides and oxoanions of metals. These oxides are generally formed by the reaction of metals with oxygen at high temperatures. All the metals except scandium form MO oxides which are ionic. The highest oxidation number in the oxides coincides with the group number and is attained in Sc2O3 to Mn2O7. Beyond group 7, no higher oxides of iron above Fe2O3 are known. Besides the oxides, the oxocations stabilize V as VO2 plus V as VO plus 2 and Ti as TiO plus 2. As the oxidation number of a metal increases, ionic character decreases. In the case of manganese, Mn2O7 is a covalent green oil. Even CrO3 and V2O5 have low melting points. In these higher oxides, the acidic character is predominant. Thus, Mn2O7 gives HMnO4 and CrO3 gives H2CrO4 and H2Cr2O7. V2O5 is, however, amphoteric though mainly acidic and it gives VO4 raised to minus 3 as well as VO2 plus 1 salts. In vanadium, there is gradual change from the basic V2O3 to less basic V2O4 and to amphoteric V2O5. V2O4 dissolves in acids to give VO plus 2 salts. Similarly, V2O5 reacts with alkalis as well as acids to give VO4 raised to minus 3 and VO4 plus 1 respectively. The well-characterized chromium oxide is basic, but Cr2O3 is amphoteric. Potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7. Potassium dichromate is a very important chemical used in leather industry and as an oxidant for preparation of many azo compounds. Dichromates are generally prepared from chromate which in turn are obtained by the fusion of chromite ore in bracket FeCr2O4 with sodium or potassium carbonate in free excess of air. The reaction with sodium carbonate occurs as follows. 4FeCr2O4 plus 8Na2CO3 plus 7O2 gives 8Na2CrO4 plus 2Fe2O3 plus 8CO2. The yellow solution of sodium chromate is filtered and acidified with sulfuric acid to give a solution from which orange sodium dichromate Na2Cr2O7 Na2Cr2O7 into 2H2O can be crystallized. 2Na2CrO4 plus 2H plus gives Na2Cr2O7 plus 2Na plus H2O. Sodium dichromate is more soluble than potassium dichromate. The latter is therefore prepared by treating the solution of sodium dichromate with potassium chloride. Na2Cr2O7 plus 2KCl gives K2Cr2O7 plus 2NaCl. Orange crystals of potassium dichromate crystallize out. The chromates and dichromates are interconvertible in aqueous solution depending upon pH of the solution. The oxidation state of chromium in chromate and dichromate is the same. 2CrO4 minus 2 plus 2H plus gives Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H2O. Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 2OH minus gives 2CrO4 minus 2 plus H2O. The structures of chromate ion CrO4 minus 2 and the dichromate ion Cr2O7 minus 2 are shown below. The chromate ion is tetrahedral, whereas the dichromate ion consists of two tetrahedra sharing one corner with Cr-O-Cr bond angle of 126 degree. Sodium and potassium dichromates are strong oxidizing agents. The sodium salt has a greater solubility in water and is extensively used as an oxidizing agent in organic chemistry. Potassium dichromate is used as a primary standard in volumetric analysis. In acidic solution, its oxidizing action can be represented as follows. Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6 electron gives 2Cr plus 3 ion plus 7H2O in bracket standard electrode potential is equals to 1.33 volt. Thus, acidified potassium dichromate will oxidize iodides to iodine, sulfides to sulfur, tin in bracket 2 to tin 4 and iron 2 salts to iron 3. The half reactions are noted below. 6I minus gives 3I2 plus 6 electron, 3H2S gives 6H plus 3 sulfur plus 6 electron, 3Sn plus 2 ion gives 3Sn raised to 4 ion plus 6 electron. 6Fe plus 2 gives 6Fe plus 3 ion plus 6 electron. The full ionic equation may be obtained by adding the half reaction for potassium dichromate to the half reaction for the reducing agent. For example, Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6Fe plus 2 gives 2Cr plus 3 ion plus 6Fe plus 3 ion plus 7H2O. Potassium permanganate KMnO4. Potassium permanganate is prepared by fusion of MnO2 with an alkali metal hydroxide and an oxidizing agent like KNO3. This produces the dark green K2MnO4 which disproportionates in a neutral or acidic solution to give permanganate. 2MnO2 plus 4KOH plus O2 gives 2K2MnO4 plus 2H2O. 3MnO4 raised to minus 2 plus 4H plus gives 2MnO4 minus plus MnO2 plus 2H2O. Commercially, It is prepared by the alkaline oxidative fusion of MnO2 followed by the electrolytic oxidation of manganate 4. MnO2 in presence of fused with KOH oxidized with air or KNO3 gives MnO4 minus 2, that is manganate ion. MnO4 minus 2 manganate in presence of electrolytic oxidation in alkaline solution gives MnO4 minus ion permanganate ion. In the laboratory, a manganese 2 ion salt is oxidized by peroxodisulfate to permanganate. 2Mn plus 2 plus 5S2O8 minus 2 plus 8H2O gives 2MnO4 minus plus 10SO4 minus 2 plus 16H plus. Potassium permanganate forms dark purple, almost black crystals which are isostructural with those of KClO4. The salt is not very soluble in water, in bracket 6.4 gram per 100 gram of water at 293 Kelvin, but when heated, it decomposes at 513 Kelvin. 2KMnO4 gives K2MnO4 plus MnO2 plus O2. It has two physical properties of considerable interest. Its intense color and its diamagnetism along with temperature depend weak paramagnetism. This can be explained by the use of molecular orbital theory, which is beyond the present scope. The manganate and permanganate ions are tetrahedral. The pi bonding takes place by overlap of p orbitals of oxygen with d orbitals of manganese. The green manganate is paramagnetic because of one unpaired electron, but the permanganate is diamagnetic due to the absence of unpaired electron. Acidified permanganate solution oxidizes oxalates to carbon dioxide, iron 2 to iron 3, nitrites to nitrates and iodides to free iodine. The half reactions of reductants are given below. The full reaction can be written by adding the half reaction for KMnO4 to the half reaction of the reducing agent, balancing wherever necessary. If we represent the reduction of permanganate to manganate, manganese dioxide and manganese 2 salt by half reactions, MnO4 minus plus electron gives MnO4 minus 2. Standard electrode potential is equals to plus 0.56 volt. MnO4 minus plus 4H plus 3 electron gives MnO2 plus 2H2O. Standard electrode potential is equals to plus 1.69 volt. MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electron gives Mn plus 2 plus 4H2O in bracket standard electrode potential is equals to plus 1.52 volt. We can very well see that the hydrogen ion concentration of the solution plays an important part in influencing the reaction. Although many reactions can be understood by consideration of redox potential, kinetics of the reaction is also an important factor. Permanganate at H plus is equals to 1 should oxidize water, but in practice the reaction is extremely slow unless either manganese 2 ions are present or the temperature is raised. A few important oxidizing reactions of KMnO4 are given below. First, in acid solutions. A. Iodine is liberated from potassium iodide. 10 iodine minus ion plus 2 MnO4 minus ion plus 16H plus ion gives 2 Mn plus 2 ion plus 8H2O plus 5 I2. B. Fe plus 2 ion in bracket green is converted to Fe plus 3 in bracket yellow. 5 Fe plus 2 plus MnO4 minus plus 8H plus gives Mn plus 2 plus 4H2O plus 5 Fe plus 3. C. Oxalate ion or oxalic acid is oxidized at 333 Kelvin. 5C2O4 raised to minus 2 plus 2MnO4 minus 1 plus 16H plus gives 2Mn plus 2 plus 8H2O plus 10 CO2. D. Hydrogen sulfide is oxidized, sulfur being precipitated. H2S gives 2H plus S minus 2. 5S minus 2 plus 2MnO4 minus 1 plus 16H plus gives 2Mn plus 2 plus 8H2O plus 5 sulfur. E. Sulfurous acid or sulfide is oxidized to a sulfate or sulfuric acid. 5SO3 minus 2 plus 2MnO4 minus 1 plus 6H plus gives 2Mn plus 2 plus 3H2O plus 5SO4 minus 2. F. Nitrite is oxidized to nitrate. 5NO2 minus 1 plus 2MnO4 minus 1 plus 6H plus gives 2Mn plus 2 plus 5NO3 minus 1 plus 3H2O. Second, in neutral or faintly alkaline solutions. A notable reaction is the oxidation of iodide to iodate. 2MnO4 minus 1 plus H2O plus I minus gives 2MnO2 plus 2OH minus plus iO3 minus 1. B. Thiosulfate is oxidized almost quantitatively to sulfate. 8MnO4 minus 1 plus 3S2O3 minus 2 plus H2O gives 8MnO2 plus 6SO4 minus 2 plus 2OH minus. C. Manganese salt is oxidized to MnO2. The presence of zinc sulfate or zinc oxide catalyzes the oxidation. 2MnO4 minus 1 plus 3Mn plus 2 plus 2H2O gives 5MnO2 plus 4H plus ion. Note, permanganate titrations in the presence of hydrochloric acid are unsatisfactory since hydrochloric acid is oxidized to chlorine. Uses. Besides its use in analytical chemistry, potassium permanganate is used as a favorite oxidant in preparative organic chemistry. Its uses for the bleaching of wool, cotton, silk, and other textile fibers and for the decolorization of oils are also dependent on its strong oxidizing power. The inner transition elements F block. The F block consists of the two series. Lanthanoids in bracket the 14 elements following lanthanum and actinoids in bracket the 14 elements following actinium. Because lanthanum closely resembles the lanthanoids, it is usually included in any discussion of the lanthanoids for which the general symbol Ln is often used. Similarly, a discussion of the actinoids includes actinium besides the 14 elements constituting the series. The lanthanoids resemble one another more closely than do the members of ordinary transition elements in any series. They have only one stable oxidation state and their chemistry provides an excellent opportunity to examine the effect of small changes in size and nuclear charge along a series of otherwise similar elements. The chemistry of the actinoids is, on the other hand, much more complicated. The complication arises partly owing to the occurrence of a wide range of oxidation states in these elements and partly because the radioactivity creates special problems in this study. The two series will be considered separately here. 8.5 The lanthanoids. The name symbols electronic configurations of atomic and some ionic states and atomic and ionic radii of lanthanum and lanthanoids in bracket for which the general symbol Ln is used are given in table 8.9. 8.5.1 Electronic configurations. It may be noted that atoms of these elements have electronic configuration with 6s2 common but with variable occupancy of 4f level in bracket table 8.9. However, the electronic configurations of all the tri-positive ions in bracket the most stable oxidation state of all the lanthanoids are of the form 4f raised to n in bracket n is equals to 1 to 14 with increasing atomic number. 8.5.2 Atomic and ionic sizes. The overall decrease in atomic and ionic radii from lanthanum to lutetium in bracket the lanthanoid contraction is a unique feature in the chemistry of the lanthanoids. It has far-reaching consequences in the chemistry of the third transition series of the elements. The decrease in atomic radii in bracket derived from the structures of metals is not quite regular as it is regular in M+3 ions in bracket figure 8.6. This contraction is of course similar to that observed in an ordinary transition series and is attributed to the same cause, the imperfect shielding of one electron by another in the same subshell. However, the shielding of one 4f electron by another is less than 1d electron by another with the increase in nuclear charge along the series. There is fairly regular decrease in the sizes with increasing atomic number. The cumulative effect of the contraction of the lanthanoid series, known as lanthanoid contraction, causes the radii of the members of the third transition series to be very similar to those of the corresponding members of the second series. The almost identical radii of zirconium in bracket 160 picometer and hafnium in bracket 159 picometer, a consequence of the lanthanoid contraction, account for their occurrence together in nature and for the difficulty faced in their separation. 8.5.3 Oxidation states. In the lanthanoids, lanthanum in bracket 2 and lanthanoids in bracket 3 compounds are predominant species. However, occasionally +2 and +4 ions in solution or in solid compounds are also obtained. This irregularity in bracket as in ionization enthalpies arises mainly from the extra stability of empty, half-filled or filled F subshell. Thus, the formation of Ce4 is favored by its noble gas configuration, but it is a strong oxidant reverting to the common +3 state. The standard electrode potential value for Ce+4 by Ce+3 is +1.74 volt, which suggests that it can oxidize water. However, the reaction rate is very slow and hence Ce4 is a good analytical reagent. Pr, Nd, Tb and Dy also exhibit +4 state but only in oxides MO2. Eu+2 is formed by losing the 2s electrons and its F7 configuration accounts for the formation of this ion. However, Eu+2 is a strong reducing agent changing to the common +3 state. Similarly, Yb+2, which has F14 configuration, is a reductant. Tb4 has half-filled F orbitals and is an oxidant. The behavior of samarium is very much like europium, exhibiting both +2 and +3 oxidation states. Table 8.9 Electronic configurations in radii of lanthanum to lanthanoids. 8.5.4 General characteristics. All the lanthanoids are silvery white soft metals and tarnish rapidly in air. The hardness increases with increasing atomic number, samarium being still hard. Their melting points range between 1000 to 1200 Kelvin, but samarium melts at 1623 Kelvin. They have typical metallic structure and are good conductors of heat and electricity. Density and other properties change smoothly except for Eu and Yb and occasionally for Sm and Tm. Many trivalent lanthanoid ions are colored both in the solid state and in aqueous solutions. Color of these ions may be attributed to the presence of F electrons. Neither La+3 nor Lu+3 ion shows any color, but the rest do so. However, absorption bands are narrow, probably because of the excitation within F level. The lanthanoid ions, other than the F0 type in bracket La plus 3 and Ce plus 4, and the F14 type in bracket Yb plus 2 and Lu plus 3 are all paramagnetic. The first ionization enthalpies of the lanthanoids are around 600 kJ per mole, the second about 1200 kJ per mole, comparable with those of calcium. A detailed discussion of the variation of the third ionization enthalpies indicates that the exchange enthalpy consideration in bracket as in 3d orbitals of the first transition series appear to impart a certain degree of stability to empty half-filled and completely filled orbitals F level. This is indicated from the abnormally low value of the third ionization enthalpy of lanthanum, gadolinium and lutetium. In their chemical behavior in general, the earlier members of the series are quite reactive, similar to calcium, but with increasing atomic number, they behave more like aluminium. Values for standard electrode potential for the half reaction, Ln plus 3 in aqueous phase plus 3 electron gives Ln in solid phase. Values for standard electrode potential for the half reaction are in the range of -2.2 to -2.4 volt except for EU, for which the value is -2.0 volt. This is of course a small variation. The metals combine with hydrogen when gently heated in the gas. The carbides Ln3C, Ln2C3 and Lnc2 are formed when the metals are heated with carbon. They liberate hydrogen from dilute acids and burn in halogens to form halides. They form oxides M2O3 and hydroxides MOH thrice. The hydroxides are definite compounds, not just hydrated oxides. They are basic like alkaline earth metal oxides and hydroxides. Their general reactions are depicted in figure 8.7. The best single use of the lanthanoids is for the production of alloy steels for plates and pipes. A well-known alloy is mish metal, which consists of a lanthanoid metal in bracket approximate 95% and iron in bracket approximate 5% and traces of sulfur, carbon, calcium and aluminium. A good deal of mish metal is used in magnesium-based alloy to produce bullets, shell and lighter flint. Mixed oxides of lanthanoids are employed as catalysts in petroleum cracking. Some individual lanthanoid oxides are used as phosphorus in television screens and similar fluorescing surfaces. 8.6. The actinoids. The actinoids include the 14 elements from Th to Lr, that is thorium to lawrencium. The names, symbols and some properties of these elements are given in table 8.10. Table 8.10, some properties of actinium and actinoids. The actinoids are radioactive elements and the earlier members have relatively long half-lives. The later ones have half-life values ranging from a day to 3 minutes for lawrencium. In bracket Z is equals to 103. The later members could be prepared only in nanogram quantities. These facts render this study more difficult. 8.6.1 Electronic configurations. All the actinoids are believed to have the electronic configuration of 7s2 and variable occupancy of the 5f and 6d subcells. The 14 electrons are formally added to 5f, though not in thorium, in bracket Z is equals to 90, but from Pa onwards, the 5f orbitals are complete at element 103. The irregularities in the electronic configurations of the actinoids, like those in the lanthanoids, are related to the stabilities of the F0, F7 and F14 occupancies of the 5f orbitals. Thus, the configurations of Am and Cm are radon 5f7, 7s2 and radon 5 F7 6d17s2. Although the 5f orbitals resemble the 4f orbitals in their angular part of the wave function, they are not as buried as 4f orbitals, and hence 5 electrons can participate in bonding to a far greater extent. 8.6.2 Ionic sizes. The general trend in lanthanoids is observable in the actinoids as well. There is a gradual decrease in the size of atoms or M+3 ions across the series. This may be referred to as the actinoid contraction in bracket like lanthanoid contraction. The contraction is however greater from element to element in this series, resulting from poor shielding by 5f electrons. 8.6.3 Oxidation states. There is a greater range of oxidation state which is in part attributed to the fact that the 5f, 6d and 7s levels are of comparable energies. The known oxidation states of actinoids are listed in table 8.11. The actinoids show in general +3 oxidation state. The elements in the first half of the series frequently exhibit higher oxidation states. For example, the maximum oxidation state increases from +4 in thorium to +5, +6 and +7 respectively in protactinium, uranium and neptunium, but decreases in succeeding elements in bracket table 8.11. The actinoids resemble the lanthanoids in having more compounds in +3 state than in the +4 state. However, +3 and +4 ions tend to hydrolyze. Because the distribution of oxidation states among the actinoids is so uneven and so different for the former and later elements, it is unsatisfactory to review their chemistry in terms of oxidation state. Table 8.11 Oxidation states of actinium and actinoids. 8.6.4 General characteristics and comparison with lanthanoids. The actinoid metals are all silvery in appearance but display a variety of structures. The structural variability is obtained due to irregularities in metallic radii which are far greater than in lanthanoids. The actinoids are highly reactive metals, especially when finely divided. The action of boiling water on them, for example, gives a mixture of oxide and hydride, and combination with most non-metals takes place at moderate temperatures. Hydrochloric acid attacks all metals, but most are slightly affected by nitric acid owing to the formation of protective oxide layers. Alkalis have no action. The magnetic properties of the actinoids are more complex than those of the lanthanoids. Although the variation in the magnetic susceptibility of the actinoids with the number of unpaired 5f electrons is roughly parallel to the corresponding results for the lanthanoids, the latter have higher values. It is evident from the behavior of the actinoids that the ionization enthalpies of the early actinoids, though not accurately known, but are lower than for the early lanthanoids. This is quite reasonable since it is to be expected that when 5f orbitals are beginning to be occupied, they will penetrate less into the inner core of electrons. The 5f electrons will therefore be more effectively shielded from the nuclear charge than the 4f electrons of the corresponding lanthanoids. Because the outer electrons are less firmly held, they are available for bonding in the actinoids. A comparison of the actinoids with the lanthanoids with respect to different characteristics as discussed above reveals that behavior similar to that of the lanthanoids is not evident until the second half of the actinoid series. However, even the early actinoids resemble the lanthanoids in showing close similarities with each other and in gradual variation in properties which do not entail change in oxidation state. The lanthanoid and actinoid contractions have extended effects on the sizes and therefore the properties of the elements succeeding them in the respective periods. The lanthanoid contraction is more important because the chemistry of elements succeeding the actinoids are much less known at the present time. Example 8.10. Name a member of the lanthanoid series which is well known to exhibit +4 oxidation state. Solution: cerium, where atomic number is 58. 8.7. Some applications of D and F block elements. Iron and steels are the most important construction materials. Their production is based on the reduction of iron oxides, the removal of impurities, and the addition of carbon and alloying metals such as chromium, manganese, and nickel. Some compounds are manufactured for special purposes such as TiO for the pigment industry and MnO2 for the use in dry battery cells. The battery industry also requires zinc and nickel cadmium. The elements of group 11 are still worthy of being called the coinage metals, although silver and gold are restricted to collection items and the contemporary UK copper coins are copper coated steel. The silver UK coins are a copper-nickel alloy. Many of the metals and or the compounds are essential catalysts in the chemical industry. V2O5 catalyzes the oxidation of sulfur dioxide in the manufacture of sulfuric acid. TiCl4 with AlCH3 thrice forms the basis of the Ziegler catalyst used to manufacture polyethylene in bracket polythene. Iron catalysts are used in the Haber process for the production of ammonia from N2H2 mixtures. Nickel catalysts enable the hydrogenation of fats to proceed. In the Waker process, the oxidation of ethene to ethanol is catalyzed by PdCl2. Nickel complexes are useful in the polymerization of alkynes and other organic compounds such as benzene. The photographic industry relies on the spatial light sensitive properties of AgBr. Summary: the D block consisting of groups 3 to 12 occupies the large middle section of the periodic table. In these elements, the inner d orbitals are progressively filled. The F block is placed outside at the bottom of the periodic table, and in the elements of this block, 4f and 5f orbitals are progressively filled. Corresponding to the filling of 3d, 4d and 5d orbitals, three series of transition elements are well recognized. All the transition elements exhibit typical metallic properties such as high tensile strength, ductility, malleability, thermal and electrical conductivity, and metallic character. Their melting and boiling points are high, which are attributed many of these properties attributed to the involvement of n-1 d electrons resulting into strong interatomic bonding. In many of these properties, the maxima occur at about the middle of each series, which indicates that the unpaired electron per d orbital is particularly a favorable configuration for strong interatomic interaction. Successive ionization enthalpies do not increase as steeply as in the main group elements with increasing atomic number. Hence, the loss of variable number of electrons from n-1 d orbital is not energetically unfavorable. The involvement of n-1 d electrons in the behavior of transition elements impart certain distinct characteristics to these elements. Thus, in addition to variable oxidation states, they exhibit paramagnetic behavior, catalytic properties, and tendency for the formation of colored ions, interstitial compounds, and complexes. The transition elements vary widely in their chemical behavior. Many of them are sufficiently electropositive to dissolve in mineral acids, although a few are noble. Of the first series, with the exception of copper, all the metals are relatively reactive. The transition metals react with a number of non-metals like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and halogens to form binary compounds. The first series transition metal oxides are generally formed from the reaction of metals with oxygen at high temperatures. These oxides dissolve in acids and bases to form oxometallic salts. Potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate are common examples. Potassium dichromate is prepared from the chromite ore by fusion with alkali in presence of air and acidifying the extract. Pyrolusite or in bracket MnO2 is used for the preparation of potassium permanganate. Both the dichromate and the permanganate ions are strong oxidizing agents. The two series of inner transition elements, lanthanoids and actinoids, constitute the F block of the periodic table. With the successive filling of the inner orbitals 4f, there is a gradual decrease in the atomic and ionic sizes of these metals along the series in bracket lanthanoid contraction. This has far-reaching consequences in the chemistry of the elements succeeding them. Lanthanum and all the lanthanoids are rather soft, white metals. They react easily with water to give solutions giving +3 ions. The principal oxidation state is +3, although +4 and +2 oxidation states are also exhibited by some occasionally. The chemistry of the actinoids is more complex in view of their ability to exist in different oxidation states. Furthermore, many of the actinoid elements are radioactive, which make the study of these elements rather difficult. There are many useful applications of the D and F block elements and the compounds, notable among them being in varieties of steels, catalysts, complexes, organic synthesis, etc.